one man, tossed eternally into the wilderness, where he must forge all his weapons and armour using resources from only this area, taking on some of RuneScape's most feared monsters. All this whilst being able to be attacked by any other player at all times. But who would take on such an adventure through these treacherous lands? I present to you, Wildanator. Previously, on the Wilderness Only Ironman series, we did some crazed archaeologist kills for some power armies, and we also managed to net ourselves some surplus red d'hide bodies and got some other goodies. We then went on to kill Venenatus, where we stocked up on some supplies from him and increased our kill count. After Venenatus, we carried on with our smithing grind, where we got ourselves level 64 smithing, continuing to work on our goal of 73. And finally, we had many narrow escapes within the Revenant caves, whilst we were doing ourselves some Wilderness Slayer. Hello there guys, and welcome to episode 22 of the Wilderness Only Ironman series. We are kicking things off where we left it last time, and that is with a Hellhounds task. We got 87 of them, so let's go get on with that one. First Larian's key of the Hellhounds task coming in, with still 69 left, so hopefully we can pick ourselves up another one. Now that, boys, is what you like to see. Just 2 kills later, we pick up our second Larian's key. Hellhounds task finished up, and I really can't complain of that one with the 2 Larian's keys. We also got ourselves the Slayer enchantment, and our next task is going to be 102 Earth Warriors. The Slayer levels can often be few and far between, so it's really nice to get them, and that is going to be level 72. That is the Earth Warriors task done, and that's 111 in a row. Krystilla, what's going to be? Bandits, that's a skip. Ho yes boys, some Scorpio. I haven't done any Scorpio for ages. How many do I want to slay? 3 to 35, let's go 20. Let's see if we can do 20 Scorpio. This is going to be the Scorpio setup that we go with. Let's see how it goes and whether we can get ourselves some kills. So the update has literally just dropped for Revenants and the Slayer monsters, so we're going to give Scorpio a rest for just a minute and finish up that task. I'll probably make a full video of it, but the Slayer monsters now reside here, and the Revenants roam all around this. By the time this video drops, it probably would have been in game for a little while, but this is a brand new update for me. Massive notable changes are, it costs 100k to enter the cave, it can be transferred from your bank. Obviously on an account that's as hard to come by as Cassius Mine, that's really frustrating, but we're probably going to give it a go. I'm probably going to get absolutely slapped really quickly because it has just dropped. And they've changed the chances of being skulled. Your loots aren't as good as they once were being skulled. So we're going to go unskulled. We're going to test it out. We're going to see what we can do. And hopefully we're going to get some cool clips and some nice drops. So, after having a little wander around and encountering a few PKs, having a bit of fun with them, we did get some hobgoblin kills, and as you can see in the inventory, they are the loots from the kills in which we got. Let's get back up there and try for a few more. Well, that's another trip finished up at Revenant, and we got the stuff in the looting bag, and obviously we got ourselves the Draconic plate legs. It does seem as though the drops are slightly nerfed. For instance, you used to get like 4 super restores, now you get 1. They might change that back just because they're so spread out, but for the time being, I am really enjoying this new update, and I'm just going to continue to farm revs whilst I can and see some of the new content. That's another trip finished up at the Revenants. Nice amount of bracelets of Ethereum there. Still haven't died. In fact, we're barely getting attacked at all. We are scaving around the sides, but we are managing to get the Hobgoblin. You only got to pay a 100k re-entry fee every time you die. So at the moment, to farm these Revenants, it's only costing us 100k. Oh boys, so we got ourselves a pretty rare drop. That's like a 1 in 4k. I don't know why I'm just stood there looking at it, admiring it, because we did get attacked by this PK. So let's see how this one goes. Okay, so we did end up getting slapped there at the end. Fair play to the PK. Nice little PK. Unfortunately, my entangles just were not landing. But, you know, it happens sometimes. I think I might take a slightly better mage bonus next time to try and get one of those to land. But, all in all, we managed to keep the Ancient Crystal, which is a very nice rare drop. I mean, it's not really any benefit for us, but just the fact that I'm a Wilderness locked Ironman, the fact that I can collect these rarer items that are obtainable by the Wilderness, I want to try and get all the ones I can. All in all, I'm really not that upset because we kept the majority of our stuff, so I'm thinking, let's get back up there. That is another small trip finished up at the Revenants. It's always nice to see Dragonstones for when we are able to eventually make Dragonstone jewellery. The drops do seem reduced by quite a lot, the quantities of things. I do think that they will buff them eventually just because of how spread out the Revenants are. Perhaps by the time this video comes out, but for the time being, yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'd like to go back and finish our Scorpio task. The unfortunate thing is we have no anti-poisons, but fear not, the Aviancies, they drop anti-poisons. Unfortunately just normal ones, but we can work with those. And it's a really good monster to be dropping them because they also drop us Addy bars. We've got a chance at economical keys and feathers and things like that. So hopefully we should have a nice looting bag full at the end. That is our first trip finished up at Aviancies, and it was a very lucrative one. We got the some of the anti-poisons we need, but they just dropped loads of goodies. We got ourselves 100 element bars, some feathers. We got ourselves a economical key, which is 62k out. So all in all, it's a really good place to be. I'm going to go up for a second trip, I think, and see if I can snipe myself some more anti-poisons. That is going to be another trip finished up at the Aviancies, and again, some really nice loot in there, and we got really lucky with the anti-poisons this time, so we'll definitely have enough to go finish our Scorpio task. Boys. Oh, I don't know if you saw what happened there, but I clicked on the PK a second before he clicked on me whilst I was trying to click the exit. Scold, didn't realise I was Scold, so it didn't protect item, and I've now lost my Dagon'Bai top. Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time, and who can say which is really upsetting. I'm absolutely gutted, but you know, we'll come back stronger. We'll get over this. The other bits, not so important. I can get those back. The lava staff's okay. It had the kit on, which was a few LMS points, but I've got a few surplus battle staff, so I'm not too worried about that. It's really the Dagon'Bai top that's the massive loss. I do have 5 keys in my bank. I'm going to go and use these 5 keys in the sheer hope, praying to God that we can get a piece of Dagon'Bai back. It's incredibly unlikely, But, you know, we'll get him back at some point. It doesn't matter. It was bound to happen. We live a risky lifestyle, and we've paid now a top. And congrats to the guy that it's probably sort of 7 or 8 mil worth of top there. Right then, can we get any Dagon'Bai from these keys? As I say, it's completely unlikely, but you never do know. Palm tree seeds, it's a really bad start, absolutely useless. Second key, what are you going to give us? It's going to be 78k cash. I'll never complain it's some coins. That's quite alright by me. I don't mind getting that at all. 37 rubies. Oh my god, that is absolutely beautiful, because it now means that we can make the rings of forging for our smithing level. So that one I'm absolutely not going to complain at. And 35 more of them. Boys, that's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, Dagon'Bai top on the last one. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, not 3 magic seeds. The seeds are completely useless, but the rubies are absolutely fantastic. So all in all, not too bad. It's a bit of a shame about the top, but we will get him back at some point. So, as poor Wildanator has been stripped of his riches, he's now in this far more welfare looking gear. But let's go finish this Scorpio task and get it done. That is going to be that Scorpio task done and diddly dusted, and our next task is going to be 114 lesser demons, so that is going to give us the opportunity to explore the new Slayer Cave. So this is where the Slayer monsters within the wilderness have been moved to. There's an entrance at the south and an entrance at the north. Now they've been moved away from the Revenant Caves. This is where we are in here, and a quick rundown from what I've seen. It's going to be Ankus, Ice Giants, Lesser Demons, Black Dragons, Greater Demons, and Green Dragons, and Black Demons are somewhere in the middle. So the monsters haven't actually changed. One thing that is quite interesting is it's all been slightly lowered in the wilderness, so I don't think there's any monsters in here that are now over level 30. First Laren's key of the task coming in. I did read that they buffed the drop rate of Laren's keys within this cave, but they were already buffed within the Rev Cave, so I'm not sure whether it's just brought across the Rev Cave percentage or whether it's actually buffed again on top of that, but I guess we'll find out in due course. That's now our second Laren key of the task coming in. I should probably bank soon. Probably won't, probably die, but we shall see. Perhaps they have increased the drop rate, because that's Laren's key number 3, or I'm getting very lucky, but let's go bank those keys. Perhaps we did just get lucky at the start of that Lesser Demons task, as we didn't get any more Laren's keys that task, but never fear, we're going to grab ourselves another task. That was a super long one with melee, so Krystilla, what have we got next? It's going to be 103 Moss Giants. Moss Giants task finished up, and we've now got ourselves a Spiders task. Could that mean a little Venenatus? 400 Chaos Runes, very nice. Here you'll see 25 Limp Herb Roots, nice load of secondaries. And finally you'll see a nearly killed Venenatus, but a silly PK getting absolutely slapped by her. Quick boys, call in the cavalry, we've got one here. Oh shit, a giant spider, retreat, retreat! The Onyx out tokens, I don't mind if I diddly do. And that's going to be some smithing and crafting XP, very nice. I will never scoff at some Herblore secondaries, that's going to save us some nice time. And we're going to get ourselves some blood runes, they're hard to come by, so that's a very nice drop. And once again, we've got someone up at Venenatus that thinks it's going to give us the old left, right, good night. But little does he know, I've got my spider, and he runs away. Venenatus is starting to get a little bit busier, so we're just going to finish up our Spiders task here and grab a new one from Krystilla. I'm really happy with the loots that I got. The 60 on it bolt tips are obviously going to be really useful. That's about 500k cash. Got some Herblore secondaries and just some really useful supplies, so quickly finish this one up now. Next task is a really quick little one. It's going to be 94 skeletons, and we're really close. That should get us 82 range. Skeletons task finished up. That was a really quick one. We did get our level 82 range. We're going to now go and do 105 Earth Warriors, which is going to be some more melee experience, and we're encroaching on that 70 attack, and then we can start working on the strength, and slowly we will start being able to kill Vetion. We are about to bop this chap on the noggin for 4. There we go. 4. There we go. 4. 69 attack. Ha! Earth Warriors task finished up. We managed to grab ourselves a Laronial key, and the next one's going to be 81 Scorpions. I would like to do a bit of Scorpia for that, but just not at the moment, so I'm going to save that task for the time being. I think we're going to go try out a couple more Revenants in the new cave. So I hope you guys enjoyed that montage of up at the Revenant Caves, the new layout. That was over the course of a couple of days. Obviously there was loads of action up there, some of which made it into the video, but not all of it. So yeah, we have actually spent a couple of days up there. It's been great fun, and we can actually now sort of properly kill Revenants. I've done a bit of testing, and actually it's still probably just going to be best for us to kill the Pyre Fiend. The others just take too long. I can't sustain the bracelets up there, so I think for the time being we will stick with the Pyre Fiend, but knowing that only one person can attack me, it just makes for good content, and it makes the Rev Caves a lot more fun, because I can fend off one PKR. As you'll see, sometimes I do die, but often I've got a good shot of survival rather than the 50-man team jumping me. We're just going to very briefly go through the bank, as I just want to, I've got a few things that I want to note, and we've not looked at the bank in a little while. So we've got 4 Laren's keys at the moment. We're now up to our Victor's Cape 50, so we've got 50 LMS wins. We don't have any points at the moment because they just constantly get put into supplies that we're using, but it is nice to know that we've had 50 wins overall now. We've still got ourselves a little bit of food. The arrow stack's still looking really nice, and this is just general supplies and gears and pots and things like that. This is a generally sort of a loot tab. Unfortunately, as you know, we lost a Dagon'Bai robe top, which is absolutely gutting. But, you know, hopefully we'll get it back in the future. As you saw at the end there, we've got the Ancient Totems. When I trade in, it's going to be a mil cash. We've got the Malediction Shards. We also got the Ancient Crystal this video. We're up to 4 fedoras. And the Alcoballs are just looking really nice. If you want to pause any of it, you know, do feel free. We've also got the 75 Uncut Rubies, which we can make into Rings of Forging, which obviously we're going to need for our smithing grind, ores. And yeah, it's just kind of laid out fairly nicely. You know, 24 mil. It was up past 30 with the robe top, just from obtaining items in the wilderness. It's pretty cool. So these are all different bits. They will be turned into Onyx Bolt tips, Onyx Bolts eventually, and that will give us a really nice bit of income. Herblore supplies when we get back to that. You know, we've got so much to do on the account, but we can only do bit by bit, but it's getting there really nicely. Just before we get into the goals list, if you are enjoying the series, consider subscribing, click the bell icon and you'll be notified as soon as I upload. And if you'd be kind enough to like, I'd really appreciate it, as it does help my video be seen. As always, we're finishing up with the goals. We've had to take our first item off, and that is unfortunately the Dagon'Bai robe top. It's the first item that's gone, and hopefully it will be the last. We've also added the Dragon Med helm, because that's going to be our best in slot helm. I've realised, and it is obviously an obtainable item within the wilderness, so I've added that to the Dragon items. The wilderness weapons once seemed almost unobtainable, but with this new Rev Cave layout now seem like it is a genuine possibility, and I'm sure eventually we will get one of those. But this is how the goals are looking for now. As always, we are continually looking forward to it. If you made it this far, guys, you obviously enjoyed the episode. As always, I had an absolute blast making it. I'm glad you enjoyed watching it, and until next time, goodbye.